This is your final destination.
Get ready to enter hell on Earth. Florence AdMax, aka ADX, and Guantanamo Bay are two of the most notorious prisons in the world. And tonight, one of them is your new home away from home. Both prisons are traumatic and terrifying. But if you had to choose, which would be worse? Get ready to enter the Slammer with Supermax versus Guantanamo Bay! It's isolated, it's inescapable, it's the ADX, also known as Supermax Prison! Some of the most infamous criminals call this Supermax home. They include Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, Ted Kaczynski, aka the Unabomber, and Juhar Tsarnaev of the Boston Marathon bombings. Next up, you won't be sipping any Cuba Libres in this notorious prison. It's Guantanamo Bay! While the prison is still shrouded in mystery, what we know of life behind these bars is extremely harrowing and inhumane. Espionage, terrorism, and committing multiple murders are reasons why you may end up in these prisons. If you had to choose, which one would you rather live in for the rest of your life? Both Guantanamo and ADX use their natural surroundings to make escape almost impossible. Guantanamo is built near the Caribbean Sea. On the land side, there are landmines, and Cuba has planted a 13-kilometer paddle cactus fence. Ouch! And the Supermax is built into the Rocky Mountains foothills, making any form of escape on foot extremely dangerous and difficult. Besides having natural surroundings that would make a Bond villain blush, both prisons are equipped with motion sensors and camera coverage. Armed guards are stationed around the perimeters 24/7. Isolating inmates makes the Supermax an even more secure prison. Unlike Guantanamo Bay, where inmates are allowed to interact and socialize with each other for all but 4 hours per day, ADX keeps its prisoners in isolation for 20 to 23 hours each day. Their cells are soundproof to prevent any interaction through the walls. Guantanamo Bay has a dark history of unacceptable living conditions. When it was first created, detainees were in isolated cells with only a bucket for doing their business, and they got tortured during interrogations. But due to internal pressure, things have improved slowly over time. ADX doesn't allow for any inmate interactions. Prisoners spend up to 23 hours a day in lockdown. When they are lucky enough to get recreational time, they must spend it alone under the watchful cameras and the guards that monitor day in and day out. Human contact and privacy don't exist in Supermax. Despite the horrifying reputation that Guantanamo Bay earned from its beginnings, it's the ADX that wins this round. While escaping from either of these prison complexes is pretty much impossible, we'll look at possible weak points that might make either of these hellish places slightly vulnerable. When it comes to size and its proximity to civilization, Guantanamo has the edge. Guantanamo rests on 11,655 hectares of land with only a 17-mile fence shared with Cuba. Supermax is much smaller in comparison, at 15 hectares, and is only 1 hour from the I-25 highway. In addition to the sprawling prison complex, Guantanamo hosts approximately 6,100 joint service personnel on the base. ADX has had staff shortages as recently as 2021. Less staff may mean more chances of escape in any other prison complex, but not here. Technology and automation, including 1,400 remote-controlled doors around the prison, have reduced any chances of human error. While Guantanamo may have the worst rep due to its use of horrific torture tactics during interrogations, day-to-day life in this prison complex has improved considerably since it was founded. But in ADX, almost complete isolation and sensory deprivation is a never-ending torture tactic that not a single inmate in this Supermax prison has escaped from. This is what makes ADX the worst prison. It's an underdog story here with ADX taking the battle for the worst prison. Congratulations? Ready for another vacation in hell? If you had to choose, would you head off to the blistering Death Valley or the freezing North Pole? We'll see who wins on another round of Versus!